Well, hi, everyone. If you are joining me live, it is the start of a new year, a new calendar year. I was actually just in our member group chatting, and I was talking about how, for many reasons, this pressure to have like everything figured out and how are we going to start the new year today is just this totally false calendar pressure that we don't need to ascribe onto ourselves. So if you're feeling like it's a little slower start to the year for you. Maybe you don't quite have clarity on what you want to do or what your goals are, or maybe you have clarity on your goals, but you don't have your how plan, or any of these pieces. Don't worry about it. And if you need any more backup on that, the universe astrologically is also supporting us in that part by just saying that with Mars retrograde and Mercury retrograde and everything else, that a lot of the energy that we're seeking is not going to start to really unleash for us until about the 12th to the 18th of January. So just throwing in a little astrology to kick off the new year. Anyway, I wanted to both say welcome and share with you something I am so excited about, and that is our newest tool. It is about fueling better athletic performance. And so I have worked with several of different experts, including our colleague Kelly Lunday, who's with Exos, on really addressing many of the challenges and the myths and the concerns, misconceptions about athletic performance and our fuel in that part. And then additionally, provided some assessment questions that can get you started. And this works really well. It means that this guide works really well with our athlete evaluation, and then also some of the other tools that we have incorporated in that you can then use in conjunction with that. So I thought what I would do is walk you through that tool, and also just a reminder to you all as well that if you have not checked out the sign up for our blood sugar optimizer program, that is also something available for both practitioners to participate in on their as themselves as the patient, but also to recommend to your patients. We're doing a research study on blood sugar optimization, and it's a 90-day with 2 CGMs and some nutrition supplements and some great content and coaching and et cetera. And that will be available. The waitlist is there now, and we'll open the waitlist about the middle of the month and then sign people up off of there. So please feel free to check that out. All right, now let me come share with you the blood sugar guide. Listen to me. Let me come in here. Our latest tool on fueling better athletic performance. And I need to figure out why it's not showing. Oh, because I didn't click the show button. Here we go. Okay. So what we wanted to do here is help remind people that as part of their training, that their nutrition really they need to be in training with their nutrition. One of the reasons or 2 key reasons that's important is, number one, to recognize that it needs to be personalized to the individual, but that it's also time sensitive, that through the process of our training, we may want to make significant or minor adjustments in our nutrition to fuel better athletic performance. So in the tool, we actually go through on that part, explaining fueling and periodization. We talk about carbohydrates, the good, the bad, the challenges of dealing with an environment that has very specific information about carbohydrates. We of course talk about fats and healthy fats, and also the role of fat-soluble vitamins. We dive into protein. So again, in this guide, this is going to give you good content that you can use in your marketing materials, or that you could use. Maybe you want to do an event with students or with coaches where you want to share this, and then you would be able to have them actually take when they fill out the questions here. I'll share with you what we could do with that to get them to their next step. And then also, not technically a macronutrient, but deserves macro attention, is the whole conversation of what we need to be doing with water and why it's so important, and making sure that we're not just talking about water needs, but also how the body has needs for water throughout the day. So those frequent pit stops, and why that part is so important. So then we do come in here to actually get some questions answered. And when you get the answers to these questions, you're going to be able to then share with somebody what you would be talking to that, like how you would work with them to optimize their performance plan. And so we've teed that up for you here. So answering questions about, before their performance, what are they taking in during the performance, how they can support their recovery, and answering those questions. And then we go into what your answers might mean, and share some ideas for how one might want to do this, that then you would be able to work with them to personalize on that part. And we actually mention those things in here, and we encourage them to ask you for recipes and other things to help support. We talk a little bit about other things that can impact nutrition that are interrelated with nutrition: digestion, sleep, illness, anxiety. And also we do a call out box on the fuel sources that are specifically designed for athletes, and looking at the positives, but also a lot of the challenges of those. And then we give them a game plan for how to experiment with fueling, and also then ask them some questions that they can then bring back to you, and that's how you can actually move forward with them on that part. So just wanted to share, as I enjoy doing when we have a new tool, and we do on a monthly basis, what is in this tool. And I know that so many people right now are deciding just with the start of January to just up their performance game, right? This is what they want to be doing. And it's like, all right, I'm here, and, I want to, maybe now I'm going to sign up for a triathlon, or I'm going to, do this other course, or, whatever it is. And they've got these goals, but they don't necessarily have a fueling plan for that athletic performance in collaboration. So this is a really good time period. It's also a great time period to talk to anyone who's off season in a sport, because this is times where you could be experimenting with certain things as it relates to their training with a little bit less, less tied to it, because we're not in season, and if they make an adjustment in season, it can really impact how they perform that season. So would love to have you take advantage of using this tool. Of course, if you already have your toolkit, if you're a member, it's in there. If you're not a member, but you already have a toolkit, you can come back and join the membership and be able to get it's the $80 a month where you can get the tool and be able to have access to the sessions like the ones that we did, and our videos that will show you how to use the tools, et cetera, on that part. So head over to the website to check that out. And if you have any additional questions, our team is happy to chat with you live. So you can also do that on the website, or sign up for a time to, for an appointment where we can go through things with you directly. All right. I hope everyone has an awesome start to the year, but remember, start the year on your own timing, your own pace. The universe is basically giving us that message and saying, like, whoa. As I was just talking to our member group, I was talking about how unbelievably important it is right now to get your personal self into a place, like to the place where you feel empowered, excited, ready, all those good things to start your year, and not to have as much focus on feeling like you have all those things figured out professionally, because as practitioners, we are the product, right? So we're the product. So it's really important for us to make sure that we are in that space, we are ready before we are worried about, having all of the ways that we're going to sell us and like all the other things figured out. All right, everybody, have a great one. Take care.